welcome to another vlog. Hello. It is Monday. That's right. It is the top of the week. And it's a little bit chilly. It's actually 60 degrees. It's the first chilly morning of the fall. I'm not even sure if it's the fall yet. It's quite possibly still summer of some sort. But who knows? Anyway, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. It was a fun little camping trip I took with my buddy NYC Scrambler and DJ Miotto Vlogs. And that was fun. It was a good time. We went up to the Catskills. No, not the Catskills. It's always the Catskills. No, we went up to, what do you call it? Milnori State Park or something like that. I'm not sure. And it's funny because I just said how it's chilly and it's 60 degrees and this guy is walking in shorts. So maybe I'm overreacting. I'm pretty sure I'm overreacting. I think I just wanted to wear my leather jacket and a hoodie. I'm wearing this hoodie by Oliver's Apparel. It's pretty comfy, pretty light, pretty nice. I think this guy is gonna like try to pass me or something. It's possible. We'll take a look. You can see. But anyway, today I wanted to share a story with you guys about how I got into motorcycling, pretty much, and the history of my motorcycles. I saw this vlog by the illustrator. He kind of inspired me to share my story again because, oh, what is that? Is that a coffee shop? Because he's right. I shared my story of how I got into motorcycles, how I got this bike, and how I got my license and everything. But that was like literally 800 vlogs ago. So I'm gonna share it again. Is my phone vibrating in my pocket? Yep, somebody's calling me, and that's gonna be okay. Anywho, but yeah, the illustrator is a great vlogger, and you guys should definitely check out his vlog. And look at this, they're widening this whole walking area. No, it's okay. It makes sense because when you're a pedestrian, this kind of sucks over here. All right, so how I got into motorcycles. Well, I've always wanted a motorcycle, and I actually did not want to say that when starting this vlog. But yeah, I always wanted a motorcycle. So I've always had bicycles growing up, little kid, 5 years old, whatever, maybe even younger. Always had bicycles, and motorcycles just seemed like a natural step eventually. But not everybody, you know, who has bicycles has motorcycles, obviously. So that's a silly thing to say, but I always wanted one. I always thought they were really cool. I always wanted cars. I always liked cars as well. And growing up, I don't know why I never followed through and got a motorcycle, because I could have. I've had plenty of opportunities to get a motorcycle upstate, no problem at all, but I just never really, I guess, wanted one bad enough. And but I've had a couple of cars. I started out with a Nissan Sentra, then I had a Toyota Corolla, I had a Subaru Outback, I used to drive a GMC Jimmy, and all sorts of different cars, a Chevy Cavalier, all these prime sexy cars. And anyway, so I never got a motorcycle. However, eventually, when I came to the city after college, I got into bicycles a lot more, and I started riding BMX and dirt jumping and urban, you know, on a 24-inch bike, mountain bike, then downhill and all that stuff, and started building bikes. And once you start fucking with downhill bikes, you're essentially, it's like motorcycles without the engine. Same money too, you know. Downhill bikes can get really expensive. My downhill bike is actually more expensive than my motorcycle. All right, I'm gonna get behind this guy right here, so the way there's like a motorcycle in front of me for this vlog, because I'm not gonna lane split. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Oh, it's not a motorcycle, it's a fucking Vespa. Son of a bitch. Look at him, he's got his legs out. Anywho, yeah, I can't be behind this guy. Something's happening here. Is that a motorcycle? Oh, it's one of those three-wheel freaking MP3s. Sick. Vespa, three-wheel Vespa. So eventually I kind of started thinking about motorcycles more and more, and I kind of started talking about riding a motorcycle cross country and doing this and that with a motorcycle. And I looked into it, and it wasn't as expensive as I thought. The Ducatis. I mean, because I wanted a Ducati, and I've never had a new vehicle before. So I know that's not true. I've never had a new motorcycle before. I had a Toyota Corolla new, but and I kind of thought about it, was like, you know what, I can finance a brand new Ducati Monster or whatever, you know. And I was like, I can get a license, I can make it all happen. And then I started talking to my buddy Birdie Bird, and he was like, yo, I want to ride a motorcycle too, and I want to go cross country and blah blah blah. He always wanted a Harley though, and I wanted a Ducati. So anyway, one day 5 years back, we were actually hanging out some Friday, Saturday night, drinking some beers, and we started looking online, just like, how do you get a motorcycle license? And we came across motorcycle safety courses. It was like $300 for the class, and at the end you get a license. So I was just like, oh shit, maybe we should do this. How about we just go get our licenses, you know, and nice tight little package, get insurance discount, and then we get our bikes and get the show on the road. And we actually signed up in the drunken stupor. We signed up that night for a class that was on like July 1st 5 years ago, and it was a weekend class. Friday night, Saturday, you know, 8 to 4, and then by Sunday by noon we had our licenses. And the class was really fun. It was we're riding these little Suzuki 250s and just cruising about, you know, and doing all these little tests. I mean, first I had to go to DMV and get a permit, but that was like super easy. I literally like didn't even study for it. I mean, I read like over the questions right before the test, and I was just like, bah, aced it. Actually no, I kind of missed a question or two, but it's okay, I still got that permit. And then when I got to motorcycle safety class, it was easy. You just had to bring some boots and jeans and a hoodie, and boom, after 2-3 days got a license. Took the waiver and took it to DMV, got the license, and it was easy. After I had the license in my hand, or even the waiver, it was like mad rush to get a motorcycle. I had to get a motorcycle as soon as possible, and I started looking online. And in New York City, all the motorcycles cost a little more, because people, like, you know, a lot of people don't want to, when they're getting a first motorcycle or just getting a motorcycle in general, they don't want to like travel outside the city and have to like transport the bike back. Especially if you're a new motorcycle rider, you just got your license, you don't want to ride that motorcycle for 6 hours on a highway. Like, that sounds insane, you know? That sounds like so far and dangerous. So I didn't want to do that either, but I started looking for prices on in the city, and my budget, I realized that I don't want a new bike, because I kind of want to mod it, and I kind of want to mess around with it, and I was like, I want a used bike, and the used Monster would be like 5-6 grand, you know, the ones I wanted, and my budget was like 4. So for a second I was like, I'm gonna get an SV 650 Suzuki, because I found one for 2,500 and it was beautiful, you know. It was like a 2008 probably, or something like that, 2009, low miles, a reliable, nice bike, sounds great, looks good. Yeah. And then my buddy Bird was like, dude, that ain't right. You've been talking about getting a Ducati Monster for so long, because he was already like set to get a brand new Harley Sportster 883. He was like, come on, man, you can't get a Suzuki 650. You got to get a Ducati like you always wanted. And I was like, you know what, you're absolutely right. I cannot believe I even was thinking about getting a freaking Suzuki. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but Ducati was always my dream. So I found this specimen right here, this 2006 Ducati Monster 620 with only 1,400 miles in Worcester, Massachusetts, 6 hours north of New York City or so, I believe, right? 6 hours, maybe more. And it was a situation. I had to get it. I got some cash together, and I looked online. I looked at like 20 different monsters, and I emailed a dozen different people, and just like depending on communication or because I wanted a stock bike. I wanted 100% stock. I wanted no mods. I wanted to do every mod myself. So that's what I was looking for. Oh, look, those 2 motorcycle cops. Craziness. So that's what I was looking for. Unmolested Ducati monster with low miles. And 1,400 miles is as low as it freaking gets, I tell you. I paid. So I basically took a bus to Worcester, Massachusetts, to Boston. And from Boston, I took a bus to Worcester. And then from there, I took a cab, or I walked or something, I don't remember. And yeah, I don't know why I switched to this lane. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go back to that lane. That lane was moving better. So yeah, so I show up to the spot, and the guy selling it was his wife's bike, and he was like, here, give it a test. I show up with a U-Haul truck. No, that's not even walk there. I show up with a U-Haul truck to negotiate. So I basically, like, as soon as I show up with a U-Haul truck, the guy literally automatically knew that I was in to buy the bike. And you know, I show up pocket full of cash in the U-Haul truck. He's like, hey, you want to test it? And I was like, sure. And I got on it, and it felt all sorts of weird. It felt all sorts of weird. And I took it up and down the street, and I couldn't shift right. Everything felt weird. So I was like, I don't know, I think it's not shifting right. And the guy actually took it up and down the street really quick, and it shifted perfect. He was just like, nope, everything seems fine. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I freaking got on the bike again, and gave it another little test drive, and he was right. He was right indeed. Everything was fine. Not a big deal at all. And at that point I was freaking out. I was all nervous, you know, because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm about to buy a bike. Am I making a mistake? Can I handle this bike? Because people told me Monster 620 might be too much. A bit much to handle for a first bike. And I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I was like, fuck it, I'm buying it anyway. I want it. It's beautiful. Oh my god. So he helped me roll it up the ramp, up the U-Haul truck. I had to buy, like, I rented like a 26-foot truck, huge truck. And I strapped it. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I strapped it with 4 ratchet straps and babied it, drove it in the U-Haul truck back to Brooklyn, unloaded it. That was a bitch too. I had a friend help me to unload it, because I was like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then all of a sudden I had this bike, and that was incredible. For the first month I rode in the t-shirt and freaking jeans, like ultimate squid. Sometimes I'd wear a hoodie. It was like mid-July when I got it. And my first ride I took up to way north to, what do you call it, to Maine, to Portland, Maine, and then like all the way north to like Ithaca and stuff, Utica. Yeah, it was like 1,000 miles, and it was all done in like high top Nikes and jeans and a freaking hoodie. But I looked good. I looked really cool. So that's that, you know. All right, I'm gonna go through the old stomping grounds this way, really slow. So what else to tell you about that bike? As soon as I get to it off the highway, see, it gets hard to vlog. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna go around this person because I think they're like not really driving. Anywho, but yeah, that bike is incredible. And right away, as soon as I got the bike, I really wanted to start modding it. And I know this vlog didn't really talk about as to why I got motorcycles or how I got into motorcycles, but you know, that's how I got a motorcycle, I guess. That's how I got a motorcycle. And I think we're gonna be screwed over here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get around all this madness. I want to park on that block, but it might be blocked off. We'll check it out. So that's that, and I'll add more to the story of how I got this little bike a little later.